Welcome to Haunt Weekly.
Hello everyone, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Haunt Weekly, a weekly podcast for the haunted attraction and haunted entertainment industry. Whether you're an actor, owner, or just plain aficionado, we aim to be a podcast for you. And we're back and we're doing something we haven't done in a very long time. Record an episode.
Well, yeah. There is that.
This might be a shock, but some episodes are pre-recorded.
Well, yeah.
Well, they all are pre-recorded to some degree, I guess.
Exactly. But we actually had a long weekend and were able to get all the guests on that hopefully you have heard by now for last month.
And we enjoyed every moment with all of our wonderful guests. Thank you all for sitting down with us. But man, 3 interviews in that span of time is a lot.
Yeah.
It's easy to underestimate how much an interview takes out of you.
Right. I'm like, I have an extra day.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do 3 in a row?
Yeah, you know what? Sanity, that's why.
Yeah.
Sanity is why you don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But regardless, we are back. It is episode 76.
Yes.
That is an episode number that is divisible by 4. And that means it is time to do the news. That's right. It's a news episode. And you know what? I'm actually pretty excited about this one. We've got a lot of great stories to cover. One heavy one. But
yeah,
mostly really interesting, really exciting news I'm eager to get into. But since we haven't done it in so long, why do you say we kick off with conference reminders? And to that end, Crystal, why don't you kick us off with conference reminders that we're kicking off?
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Sounds almost like a formula that might work.
Almost.
All right, so June 8th through 11th, we have the Midwest Haunters Convention in Columbus, Ohio at the Greater Columbus Center. They will be touring the Scaratorium, Scare Factor, Dead Acres, Haunted Hoochie, and hosting a late-night Monster Beach party. Now, most of that, if not all of it, is on the same night, so pick your poison wisely. And you can find out more at MidwestHauntersConvention.com.
All right, July 29th and 30th, it's Midsummer Scream in Long Beach, California, at the Long Beach Convention Center, as opposed to the Short Beach Convention Center.
Yes, exactly.
It's put on by the people behind Creepy LA and Theme Park Adventures. You can learn more at Midsummer's Scream, midsummerscream.org. It's 1 S in there.
Yes, so it's Midsummer Scream.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Then August 5th through the 6th, it's Scare LA at the Los Angeles Convention Center West Halls. There will be over 200 vendors and many panels on the haunted attraction business. ScareLA.com for more information on that.
August 25th through the 27th, it's Halloween and Haunt Fest show in Dallas, Fort Worth at the Mesquite Convention Center. I get hungry every time I say the name. You can learn more about it at HalloweenandHaunt.com.
Right.
And that's all the conferences we have coming up right now. We got to re-extend our list.
Well, yeah.
We lost a couple, I'm just saying.
We did
by
lose a couple.
I mean they took place.
Yes, they took place, and I think it's a little too early to add them on for next year.
Yes, I would agree with that.
If they've announced their dates. But if we are missing one, like we just went past the horror show in Houston.
Yes.
This past weekend, which wasn't on our list.
Yes.
We forget about it.
We have all kinds of great ways to search for these.
Yeah.
We are not perfect, though. So please do give us a hand. We are on Twitter at Haunt Weekly. We're on Facebook at Haunt Weekly. Shoot us a reply, a message. Get in touch with us.
Right.
So please let us know.
Yep, we found out about that one because our friend went to it and said that she was at it. It's like, man, I didn't know.
And why the hell didn't you tell us?
Yeah. Must not be that good of a friend.
I know, not listening to the podcast, obviously.
Well, yeah.
That's A.
Yeah.
And so screw you. We don't like you anymore. But yes, it is time to do the news. And like I said, we have a lot to go through this week. And once we get into the news itself, I'm asking you to bear with us. We'll get through one serious story. I think pretty much the rest of the show is happy and interesting and some neat stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, bear with us as we get through the heavy piece. And then we promise you a much more lighthearted news show than what we usually give you.
But the first piece is not the heavy piece.
Well, no. The first piece isn't actual news. It's an announcement.
Yes.
That
everybody should know by now.
Everybody should know by now. But over the past month, we crossed the halfway to Halloween mark.
Yes.
And it's interesting. It turns out there's multiple ways to interpret halfway to Halloween.
Yeah.
Some measure it exactly 6 months.
Right.
Which would make it, I believe, that would be April 31st. Mm-hmm. Some do it by the day count. But either way you did it, in the past month, it passed.
Right.
And a lot of haunts apparently are now starting to open up for halfway to Halloween celebrations. I thought that was pretty cool. You have the Haunted Hydro in Fremont, Ohio. Fear Factory in Salt Lake City, Utah. Wasn't that the one Kyle worked at?
I'm not sure, maybe.
I think it was.
Okay. We can confirm with him later.
Yeah, we can confirm later. And then you have the Laurel's House of Horror in Laurel, Maryland. Right. All of which opened in various capacities for various amounts of time for halfway to Halloween. Some did just a weekend, some did a day. Anyway, it's all really, really cool.
Yeah, it is. So, and halfway to Halloween means, where are you on your projects?
Yes. What's going on? Where are you on your tear down, your build, whatever you're doing?
Right.
We're not nearly far enough along.
No, I know. Getting a little bit worried about that, but...
Yeah, a little bit too, but we will get it done.
Yeah.
But yes.
But, be sure to share those things. What are you working on? We want to see it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let us know what's going on and what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Because now is like an exciting time for haunters that are working on the big haunts. Because this is when a lot of those big projects that you've had rattling in your brain for a long, long time are really starting to come together.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a break because at the beginning of the year there's a lot of the big conferences that everybody tries to get to. And... Now those are over, and you've seen the new products for the new year, and you've got new ideas, and this is like you said, an exciting time.
Yeah, it's most haunters I know take pretty much November and December, if not off, on light duty. Yeah, because you're tired, you're exhausted, and you're slipping into the holidays, the family holidays, And so, you don't get as much done. Then, like you said, you have HauntCon, you're sliding in eventually Trans World, all there in that beginning few months of the year. So, maybe not so much going on right then, but once you get through the big conferences, that's when work really starts ticking up. So, what are you building? Yeah. Anyways. All right, but on that note, we do have news. Since we are literally in the halfway point of the year, not as much news as at other episodes, I admit.
Right.
But still a fair amount going on and a fair amount to talk about.
Yeah.
And the first one, the piece, like I said, is the heavy one.
Yeah.
Details, the story is a 13-year-old girl that was raped at the Laurel Cemetery House in Sussex County, Delaware.
Yes.
I'm a little frustrated by this article, to be completely honest with you. Details are very, very sparse.
Right.
And I understand a lot of it. You don't want to share her identity. You don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
But it's unclear if she was a customer.
Right.
If the person who has now pleaded guilty to it, a 19-year-old by the name of James Williams.
18.
He's 19.
Yeah.
Either way, and he's an adult for the purpose of the law.
Yes, adult. Yes.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Moot.
Moot point. But yes, he's pleaded guilty. It's unclear if he was an actor or otherwise employed by the haunt, or if he was another customer, or what. We don't know exactly in what way the haunt aspect of this played in.
Right.
And what the haunt could have or should have done differently to prevent it, if anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be completely not their fault and nothing, it could have been an incident between two customers that was and had nothing to do with the haunt.
Right.
And it does feel a little bit to me like they throw out that this took place at a haunted attraction just to say it took place at a haunted attraction.
Yeah, it does. And I'm not sure, just because there is so little to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't draw any conclusions about any of where the guilt lies, other than obviously the person who is convicted. Yeah. Yes.
Well, he's pleaded guilty. There's a pre-sentencing investigation that's been ordered. Mm-hmm. And then what happens in these things is when a person pleads guilty pretty quickly, a lot of times the DA has not really been able to complete their side of the investigation. Mm-hmm. And they had enough evidence to convict him, but they didn't have all the details in order to go forth and make a sentencing recommendation.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're doing now, is they're gaining further details. He faces up to 18 years. Everything else about it is super duper limited in terms of the information we have. Details are very, very sketchy at best.
Right.
And like I said, this is a tragedy. You never want to see this. I wish that we knew more about it so that the good that could come from this is we could help it never happen again.
Right.
That is what I would like. I would like.
Yeah, and I found a different article on it.
Okay.
He is 19. You were correct. He's facing up to 18 years, which is where my confusion came in. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like it was a coworker at the haunted house.
And okay, but that still doesn't really help. It's difficult.
It doesn't help with anything. But
yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it. This is a rough story, and like I said, the lack of details makes it more rough in some ways. Yeah. Because we can't sit here and talk about ways to prevent this in the future. Right. And that's what I want. This should never happen anywhere. Right. Let alone at a haunted attraction, which is supposed to be a place about fun and family and people coming together. So, yeah, it's a rough story. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. If further details, if there is anything that can be learned comes from it, you'll hear about it here. Yeah. I pretty much guarantee you. All right, but now we have a lot of other more positive news.
Yes, that we can talk about, because there's information on it.
Yes, we have actual details and stuff on a lot of this. Yes. And I'm really excited about this first one, by the way. All right. Erebus. Yes. Pontiac, they were on our haunt wish list. Remember that? Yes. They were one of the ones on the wish list. The giant, well-known haunt in Pontiac, Michigan, which is Detroit, guys. Come on. Yeah. It's Detroit. But long story short, they have opened up an escape room attraction located just a few blocks away from the haunt. It has 8 rooms planned, though I believe only one of the rooms is currently open. They've opened it with just the lockdown room, which it seems to be like that style of room seems to be one of the first rooms every escape room opens. Every haunted attraction escape room, the prison one.
Right. Because it makes sense a lot of the times, and, a prison seems fairly easy to build. It uses skills that you already know how to do. You don't have a steep learning curve on
odds are you've already built a prison scene of some stripe somewhere.
Exactly.
We've built a few. Yes. We like to joke that we have a cage in our garage. We offer daycare services. No one's taken us up on it yet. Yeah. But it has been threatened. No. More than a few kids have been threatened with it, in my understanding. Sure. But yeah, this is, I'm happy about this. I still worry a little bit about escape rooms and whether they're peaking or what the long game here is with escape rooms. Right. Though I have to say, talking with Dwayne at 13th Gate did calm a lot of my fears, because he was very right that other countries that sort of were on the front edge of the curve on escape rooms are still doing well. Yes. Why can't we? So, maybe that's how it's going to shake out. But still, one of the best known, biggest haunts in the country opening up an escape room complex that actually, if it opens up all 8 escape rooms, I believe will also be one of the largest escape room complexes. Yeah. Because most have, I think like the 13th Gate has 4 running, trying to get 2 more online.
I'm not sure.
For a total of 6, or is it 3 up running and they're going to get 5?
Who knows?
Something like that. But yeah, they don't have 8. No. They don't have 8 or any plans to get to 8. That's my understanding. So, yeah, it's a pretty big deal, and I don't know. I'm very excited about it. The photographs of it looked really cool. Mm-hmm. It's a neat thing, and I'm very, very happy. And so this is just another reason they're going to stay on my haunt wish list. I hope at some point I can get to Detroit, the Detroit area at Halloween time. Visit my very good friend General Bastard. Yes. And yes, that's his name. Yes. Well, it's his musical name.
And 13th Gate has 6 escape rooms.
But yeah, so A, to do that, but B, of course, to visit Erebus and see that haunt. It's legendary, and I can't wait to go. Yeah. Well, this one is also interesting. A very, very, AEG, and AEG is just a company name, just don't think too hard about it.
Yeah, it doesn't stand for anything, probably.
They have they've inked a deal, and I hate the expression inking a deal. I just, something about
That's when they go to the tattoo parlor together and they get it.
Yes. Deal in,
yes.
But they've inked a deal to book and promote concerts at historic Forest Hill Stadium in Queens, New York. Now, this is a major outdoor venue.
Right.
It seats 1,300, and it is well known for a lot of big festivals. It was much bigger and much more prominent, like in the 60s and 70s, from my understanding.
Yeah.
A lot of big name musicians from that era played, like Jimi Hendrix and so forth, played there.
Mm-hmm.
So it had a big reputation then. It's apparently waxed and waned some, but it's been doing really good lately. A lot of big concerts, a lot of festivals. Even had Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That's the one I throw out because it's the only name I actually know. Because I'm an old fuddy-duddy and I don't recognize this newfangled music.
God.
I'm terrible, I know. But yeah, it's a 13,000 capacity stadium. So why the hell are we talking about it here?
I don't know. Why are we?
Well, because AEG... apparently this stadium is seasonal in its operation, and I guess an outdoor venue, it makes sense.
Right.
It would operate primarily during the summer and spring months.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with it?
Especially, up north where it gets cold.
Yeah, I know. We're not used to this thing called here in New Orleans. It doesn't really exist here. But what they're going to do is in the off-season, they're going to turn it into an ice rink during the winter. And during September, October, they're looking to turn it into a haunted attraction.
Yes.
That is
awesome.
badass.
Yes.
I mean, it's always interesting because, like I said, this is such a historic stadium. It's such a big deal. Even I had heard about it before this.
Right.
I mean, and I don't hear much about it. I like Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And the stadiums in like the towns I've lived in. That's pretty much it. No, even I'd heard this name.
Right. And it's all in an effort to get the community involved in it and coming out to it year-round instead of just in the summer when there are concerts.
Yeah, just the summer concert season. Last summer concert season, they said they did 14 shows.
Yeah.
For the first time in a long time, the stadium was really being used the entire season. So
right.
That is excellent, and I'm very curious what kind of haunted attraction they do with it. Especially since it's an outdoor venue. Does that mean it's going to be a trail/outdoor haunt, or is it they're going to build a structure?
Yeah. It could be anything.
Yeah, it literally could be anything.
And it's actually, the deal is going to go past 2030.
Yeah.
They go through with everything.
So if this is successful, it could be a very long running haunted attraction.
Right.
That gives it at least 13 years of potential runtime.
Yeah. That's not a bad start.
Not a bad start. So I gotta say, that is awesome. I wish them the best of luck. I hope something amazing comes of that haunted attraction. I'm not familiar with AEG at all.
No.
But they seem to have done very good, because they've been doing the promotion and the booking up until now, over the last few years.
Right.
They're the ones that have been responsible for this new push at the stadium. They seem to be doing good things with it. I hope it continues.
Yeah.
I think they've got a great thing going here, and they seem to be doing well with the stadium. And I see no reason they can't really knock it out of the park with a haunted attraction.
Yes.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Now, the opposite of knocking it out of the park with a haunted attraction.
Yeah.
Previously in the news, I think it was episode 72, we talked about the Gorillaz.
Right.
The band that's always seen as animated characters.
Yeah. Doing their spirit houses.
Yeah, internet's weird. Yeah, they did a spirit house pop-up haunted attraction, and I feel like there's air quotes around that now.
Well, now, because that's what it was billed as, though. It was billed as a spirit house that was going to be interactive, and it was going to be all this cool stuff, and we were excited about it.
And it was based on the music video Spirit House, which showed the band going through a haunted house.
Right.
And it looked badass, and some of the initial photos they shared, like the promo material, looked pretty kick-ass. Yeah, this is an article by Eva Kiss at Metro here. Yeah. Basically, she went to the pop-up in the UK when they did the pop-up there.
Right.
And that was the whole idea, was they were doing this touring pop-up. Mm-hmm. They would do a few days at different locations. Yeah. And it turns out the Spirit House was not a haunted attraction in any appreciable way.
No, basically they had taken one of the rooms and built it to real life. Mm-hmm. Without any interactive stuff in it.
And you can listen to lots of Gorillaz music.
Yeah. You can look at a creepy room. You can look at dirty dishes in a sink.
Ooh! I got that in my kitchen right now, guys.
Yes. the Easter egg of the cake in the fridge,
yeah.
which looks like the cake from Portal.
Yeah, it does.
So
yeah,
the cake is
is
a lie.
Kind of a lie in this one.
It exists, but it's still a lie.
Yeah. Oh, God. Definitely this is one of the ones I encourage you to go to our show notes on hauntweekly.com.
Right.
And click the link, because this article is mostly photos.
Right.
From inside. It was 2 rooms. One was as you described.
Yeah.
The house built up with dinginess and dirtiness and not a lot else. And basically you were listening to music playing. And then there was another room, which is basically like a video wall type thing where you watch music videos.
Right.
And then there was a store.
Yes. Buy stuff.
All I'm saying to that is, boo!
Yeah.
Boo!
Yeah, that's pretty much all you can say to that.
Boo! Boo earns! Oh, that doesn't work. God,
No.
Man. I was so hyped about this, and we had such a great dialogue about the idea of using these pop-up haunts as promotion. We've seen them at South by Southwest when we've gone there. We saw the Bacardi one.
Yes.
From that's how I almost called it Barcadia, which is a very lovely place in New Orleans to go drink and play video games. But they did not do a pop-up haunt. It was Bacardi.
Yes, it's the ghost of games past at Barcadia.
Oh, God. But yeah, so it was such a great conversation, such a great idea, and it all falls apart. And also, it doesn't help that it was co-sponsored by Sonos, the speaker company, the audio equipment company.
Right. I mean, it was part of what they were selling in the store.
Yes.
Was the speakers that you were hearing the music on.
Yeah.
So,
God. You know,
I hope somebody takes the idea and does something awesome with it instead of letting this be the end of it.
Yes, please. Somebody take this idea and run with it. This is a great idea. Mm-hmm. And I really do think somebody could do something awesome with this. It's just, they apparently weren't the ones. And boo! Boo! All the boos! And not the good haunt boos we like boo! It's like boo!
We don't like the... Oh.
Or not like booze like while we're drinking. It's
yes.
It's boo!
Yes, it's not a good kind of boo.
There's no... Yeah, it's just no.
No.
Alright. I gotta say, I have a newfound respect for the Aussies on this one.
Okay.
This article is from the Daily Mail. And it basically, a local Australian musician visited Kyle and Jackie O's haunted house in Sydney, Australia. Mm-hmm. A year-round haunt run and operated by 2 major radio personalities in the country.
Right.
Hey, I'm surprised they discovered radio in Australia already.
Oh...
Well, do you have to turn the radio upside down?
Yes, that's exactly how sound waves work.
Okay, making sure. Otherwise, it's going to sound all garbled. I'd imagine.
Yes.
It would be like the backwards records. Maybe I might not be making any sense. But, but the point is, she visited the haunt and apparently openly admitted to having peed herself.
Yes. Weed.
Yeah, well,
wee.
Yeah, I know. They call it wee, but we call it peed in this country because we're civilized.
No. That's not the reason. How many ways can you offend them to?
Well, they're not coming to get me. They're all the way down there. It's a hell of a plane ride to come kick my ass.
Yeah, but if we ever get to go to that conference over there.
Yeah, I gotta watch myself. I might be in Australia at some point. Australians, I love each and every one of you. It's all a joke. Good day, mate. But yes. But no, so it's a very great video. And I gotta say, I love the way this haunt has been doing its promotion. They've been inviting celebrities in, videotaping them going through.
Right.
And this has been a recurring thing. We've talked about it a couple other times they've done it. And it's really, really great because you get to see the haunt. And they seem to pick people who give really, really good reactions one way or the other. Like previously, it was the same haunt that those Real Housewives of Sydney went through.
Right.
And they didn't give, they gave some good scares. They mostly gave middle fingers. Going through the haunt.
Yeah.
Which is very entertaining for a video. I'm not going to lie to you. It was entertaining. But yeah, it's great promotion for this haunt. And, you know, this is a haunt that is not want for promotion because, like I said, it is run by, apparently, and I've never heard of Kyle and Jackie O, but apparently there are these two huge radio personalities in Australia.
Right.
That I don't know if loved is the right term, but they are at least well known and well listened to. So, yeah, very cool. Great little video. Definitely, once again, hauntweekly.com. Show notes are there. This is episode 76. You can click the link and watch the video yourself. So you don't have to take our word for it. Open the book and find out yourself.
God.
Reading Rainbow.
God. Oh, it's a good thing this is a podcast.
Yes, we did not turn on the new video camera we're using for audio recording.
Yeah, those expressions are pretty priceless.
Oh. Well, we could turn it into a live stream. If you're interested in that, let us know. Haunt Weekly at Twitter, Haunt Weekly at Facebook. Let us know if that sounds like something you would actually want to see. Us banter and make stupid faces at each other for an hour. Yeah, that's largely what it is.
Pretty much.
You know, I thought this was a neat little video. Mm-hmm. Okay, we've talked about the game Perception a few times on this. I think we talked about it at least once one other podcast.
Yeah.
But basically, Perception is a game that was crowdfunded. Mm-hmm. It is from Dead End Games, and it includes former Bioshock devs.
Right.
Give you an idea of sort of the pedigree here.
Yeah.
But it features a blind protagonist who visualizes sound waves. So you see everything through this like Daredevil vision.
Right.
That's the only way I can really describe it.
Yeah.
And it's actually me not trying to be offensive.
I got it.
But yeah, it's but it takes place in a haunted attraction in a haunted house, and it uses this very interesting style to sort of showcase these supernatural goings-ons.
Right.
So yeah, the big news about it is it had missed a couple of its release dates.
Yeah.
We've been talking about, like I said, for a while. It has actually got a firm release date now. It is coming out May 30th, 2017, so basically it'll be
15 days from airing.
Yeah, 15 days from airing. Pick it up. It's going to be apparently in Steam and other places, so check it out. I'm very curious about this.
Yeah.
It looks, the trailers I've seen, it looks very stylish.
Right.
It looks genuinely creepy and like gutturally eerie. I've got to finish the Doom reboot before I pick up a new game.
Right.
And I'm the worst gamer ever. Okay, I've been playing Doom now for like 6 months, picking it up and then putting it down, picking it up and putting it down. And I need just to finish it. But so I can play this. Yeah, this sounds fun. But yeah, no, I'm very excited about this game. It looks like a potentially good thing for haunters to be playing because it looks like it might really have some interesting ideas and some interesting ways to, I guess, play with the uncanny valley a little bit.
Yeah,
because
that's fair.
Because looking at it, it's black and white vision mostly. Right. But it's not like you just simply took off, just turned off the color.
Yeah.
It's like line art black and white, but it's more vivid than that. It's really tough to explain, but it gives a very unusual view of the world.
Yeah, it almost looks like a negative.
Yeah, it does. It really does, and it makes it so that you're deeply unsettled just looking at the world.
Right.
So yeah, very cool, very excited about this game personally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it might not come as a surprise to others who listen to this podcast, but we are nerds.
Yeah,
and unlike Japes, who, as we know and have confirmed, is a huge Star Trek nerd. We are Star Trek nerds.
You're not going to let that go,
no,
are
I'm
you?
Not. No, I'm not. We are, of course, Star Trek nerds ourselves, but we're also Whovians.
Yes.
New Whovians, specifically, but we've been enjoying the new season of Doctor Who.
Yes, we have.
And the recent episode, Knock Knock, was set in a haunted house.
Yes, it was.
And it was actually filled with some really great setups and some great imagery, too.
Oh, yeah. The set designs on that was just really impressive. And the story was really good, too. Because, there's... I don't know how much I want to give away for people who haven't watched it yet.
I want to try to keep this spoiler-free, so...
But no, the house is haunted. People do go disappearing.
Yes.
And, it was really cool.
And there's one image in particular that stuck with me. in which, I don't think this is giving away too much, in which one of the, because basically Bill, the new companion,
right,
and her friends, 6 of them, basically an army,
yes,
go together to rent this house.
Right.
That turns out to be like full of like red flags that nobody should have ever rented.
Well, yeah, because, oh, you can't afford a house? Here, I just happen to have one.
Flipping castle!
That's exactly in your price range.
It's conveniently like half while you're...
Yeah, it's like, there's just gotta be something weird. And as a girl, I'm thinking, okay, so what? Is he got hidden cameras everywhere?
Yeah, I'm expecting you pull the lever and there's a sex dungeon in the basement or something.
Yeah. But no, that's not where this went.
No, not where this went. But there was a really great scene in which one of the other flatmates,
right, was
like embedded in the wall.
Yes. That
being
looked
like half
really cool.
consumed and half not consumed by it and still moving, and it was very genuinely disturbing.
Yes.
And it was a very cool effect, and I'm very impressed they pulled it off as well as they did, because I mean, Doctor Who is still in many ways a budget show.
Yeah.
Despite its huge empire. But yeah, its house is haunted, creepy stuff is happening, Bill and the Doctor gotta figure out what's going on.
Well, yeah.
That's your story. It's a great episode. I love the set design in it, and I love several of the set pieces in it. So yeah, if you are a haunter and you have not seen that particular episode of Doctor Who, I would check it out. You do not have to know anything about Doctor Who in the larger context to watch that episode.
No, that's very well self-contained.
It's a completely self-contained episode. You don't have to go back and watch the season. This is one episode. Just watch it. You'll thank me.
Yep. Well, or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll write us and tell us how much they hated it.
Yeah, send your hate mail to Crystal, Ed.
Hey!
All right. Okay, another haunted attraction-related media. Mm-hmm. I'm also deeply excited about this. Helen Mirren's new haunted house drama, Winchester.
Yes.
This looks awesome. I'm not even a TV person.
No.
This is a movie. Sorry, it's a movie.
Yeah. She was actually just in town.
Yes, she was. But this looks awesome. It's based upon the Winchester Mansion, which if you are a haunter and you've not heard about the Winchester Mansion, please pause this podcast right now, go flagellate yourself, and look it up.
Yes.
Like, seriously, you need to do that. You need to pay your pittance and go correct this error immediately. You cannot wait any longer.
Yeah, I've been fascinated with this house since I heard about it years ago. And would love to go and explore
it. The basic crux of it is the heiress to the Winchester fortune, his wife, went mad, thinking that all the ghosts of all the people that killed by Winchester's invention, the repeating rifle, were coming after her. So she never stopped building the house. It was under perpetual construction through her life.
Yes.
And it was zany, crazy person construction staircases that go to nowhere, windows that face inside.
It's like an Escher window Escher painting come to life.
Yeah, it is. It's a very bizarre thing. I've never actually gone, but I've seen the photos of it, and it is amazing. So, but yes, they're doing a film about her. CBS Films has announced it'll be released February 23rd, 2018.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have to revisit this closer in.
Yes, absolutely. But still very, very cool. And like I said, I don't think there is a haunter out there that has not been at least has been inspired, at least in some small way, by the Winchester house.
Right.
I think that is literally impossible. To get this, especially to be in any time.
Right.
All right.
I saw you put this one in there for you.
I had to because this apparently pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah.
The WWE did a match called the House of Horrors match. I did not have the pleasure of seeing it. And apparently I'm going to fucking keep it that way. There's your explicit rating for the day.
Exactly. I made it almost all the way through.
I know, almost. But yes, it featured a match between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton that took place in a haunted house.
Yeah.
And basically the idea of it was, for reasons I don't even wish to try and break down, the first part of the match would take place in the haunted house, and then it would finish in the ring at the pay-per-view.
Right.
How? I don't know.
No. The ghost transported them there.
No limo, according to... Basically...
Was there anything haunted in this house? Were there ghosts? Was there anything?
There were all kinds of effigies and dolls and creepy stuff in there.
Okay, no, that doesn't count.
No.
Was there anything other than a creepy setting to wrestle in?
No. Apparently, at one point, Wyatt literally dropped a refrigerator on Randy Orton.
Okay, so yes, I watched that clip. That did not hit the guy at all.
No, it did not. It was a mile away.
It landed on the counter.
Which, mind you, that might be a good scare in a haunt if you can find a way to reset the refrigerator.
Yes.
But still, and then after...
You just think you're going this way.
And then after Wyatt left the house was lit red because reasons. Then they later went back to the arena. They fought there, and Bray Wyatt won, and not a goddamn person cared.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because... I mean, I'm not really a wrestling fan anymore. I was a wrestling fan back in the 90s and early 2000s. I try to keep up a little bit. I have a couple of YouTube channels.
Right.
I sometimes watch, like...
And you have a couple of friends who are big into it
Yeah,
still.
I have friends who are still into it, and that's another reason to keep at least somewhat up to date.
Yeah.
But, man, I go just watch any of the reviews of that pay-per-view. And I actually went back because of this match and watched a whole bunch of YouTubers reviewing it.
Yeah.
Everybody hated this match.
Nobody said.
One said, and this was, I can't remember who said it. One person said this was the single dumbest thing I have seen in WWE in 30 years of watching it. And I'm like, really? Because I seem to remember Papa Shango putting a curse on Ultimate Warrior, making him puke up green slime. I seem to remember.
Yeah.
That was in the 80s. What else? You know, I remember a lot. Wasn't it Fabulous Moolah gave birth to a hand?
Yeah, that's pretty out there.
So the single stupidest thing, that may be a hyperbole there, but the point remains. All right. So, in other news that hopefully is less offensive to our industry, Disney World is rumored to be opening up a Haunted Mansion-themed restaurant.
Yes, which sounds like it would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like it would be something to do.
Yes, it does. Love for the Haunted Mansion runs very deep in this industry for all kinds of reasons. It was one of the pioneers, and it's still one of those haunts that, like, even casual, I never go to haunted house fans know and love and cherish.
Right.
So yeah, it's a potentially big thing, and according to this write-up, it's going to have dishes such as the Hatbox Ghost Burger.
Yeah.
Madame Leo's milkshake. I can never say that right.
Leota?
Leota. Sorry, Leota's milkshake. God.
Yeah.
The font's got a little screwed up in her notes here.
Yeah, that's because I dropped them in directly.
It's all right.
But, yeah.
I'll eventually teach you how to copy and paste and preserve for...
I did it in like 2 minutes.
I know, it's fine. But no, I mean, I'm really down for this. This sounds really, really awesome to me.
Yeah, and it's basically for promoting a new Guillermo del Toro film, Foolish Mortals fan documentary.
So, should be fun.
So, it seems like it does, this rumor has some meat behind it because, you know, it makes sense to come out with this movie and promotion of it.
Oh, that's cool. Now, the next thing, this was an app that you found.
Yes. It sounds like it has the potential to be awesome.
And by the way, this is Fear Factory in Salt Lake City. We just mentioned them.
Yes, we did. I realized that at the beginning.
Oh, and you didn't say anything.
No, I didn't. I just figured we'd get there eventually.
Which also explains why they're releasing this app now, because they were open.
Yes. Yes, they were.
So this actually makes a lot more sense now.
Okay, so this app allows people to watch people in the lines and in the hall.
Remotely, like a webcam type
Right,
thing.
exactly. On your phone. Mm-hmm. You can watch people. And the app is able to activate scares. You can scare people at the haunt, possibly without even being there.
You don't even have to be in the same state.
Right.
We could have done it.
I plan on doing it. I don't know what we could have. I plan on doing this. Because this sounds like a lot of fun.
And here's the thing, and this is where you're like, well, why would we do this? Why would you do this? Blah, blah, blah. A, it's awesome. That's why you would do it. That's the number one reason right there. But this is also a money generator.
Right.
You have to buy scare packs in order to activate the scares.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm looking at the image they have on the site. They have like a Scaredy Cat pack that has 5 scares for 99 cents.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah. And then you have, then it goes on up in higher and higher tiers.
Right.
So yeah, this is definitely pretty... No, I'm sorry, the Scaredy Pack includes 3 scares. That font is terrible.
Yeah. Let's talk about that on another episode.
Yeah, there's going to be a typography podcast coming up at some point.
Yeah.
Because
Yes, because spooky letters might be spooky, but they aren't spooky if you can't read them.
Dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is just me, or does 95% of haunted attraction logos look the exact same?
Blood drips.
The blood drip font.
Yes. Yeah. But
anyways. But no, this is a really, really cool idea.
Yeah, and it's not only that it's going to be a money generator for them, but it also gets their name to a wider audience. Yeah. A much wider audience.
And here's the thing. As far as being a money generator, in addition to like it being another revenue stream, it opens them up to a whole new audience. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to make it to Salt Lake City during season.
Probably not.
The odds of that are very, very slim because it's not exactly a conference haven.
Yeah,
I don't have any family there.
Yeah, unless we take a year off or something just to do haunt tours.
Yeah, exactly. We're not likely to get our butts to Salt Lake City during season.
Right.
So we're never going to be customers of Fear Factory.
Right.
Unless we download the app and buy a scare pack and scare the bejesus out of some people in line.
Now, I do wonder, if you download the app, can you watch people without having to purchase?
I don't know. That's not very clear from this.
That's something that I also want to look into with this app. But it looks like this is something that other haunts should be looking at doing, is adopting this tech. And it may be that Fear Factory is willing to sell it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't see why you couldn't. If this is as simple as... This is not a complicated problem.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No.
You can easily do this. With the stuff you have handy, basically. Mm-hmm. If you already have, electronically activated props, you're literally just an internet connection away and an API from doing this already. And the thing about it is this: everyone talks about how expensive it is or how difficult it is to create an app.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not that much money. It's really low end. And by the way, I just downloaded the app. I had not done that yet.
Right.
I'm a very, very bad host.
Well, I hadn't actually gotten around to it yet either.
But anyways,
because we found it at 3 o'clock in the morning while
they're scared. Like, send me notification. Yeah. Sure, we enter. I'm going to skip the video tutorial right now.
Yeah.
And you get 1 scare free.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that is pretty darn cool. And let's see. It has the calendar. Oh, and it'll give you push alerts when you're able to do the scares.
Cool.
So very, very cool.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Can we scare the actors as they're walking by?
That would be hilarious.
And working
but
on the build.
Probably would result in actors walking off the job.
Well, they know that it's there.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. I could totally see, me doing that.
This is why you don't have Crystal on your crew. She will terrorize them.
You are just as bad. Don't even.
I am. It's true, y'all. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, in other news, a haunt is attempting to use crowdfunding in an effort to open.
Right. And the haunt's in New Albany, Indiana. Excuse me. But yeah, they've put out a petition, try to get support
for the zoning council.
Mm-hmm.
And they've also launched a crowdfunding campaign.
Right.
To try and get the necessary funds to open.
Right. Which this is one of those interesting ideas that we've touched on before, and we're going to have to do the full episode of possible interesting ideas for opening a haunt. But this has the potential to open with a net zero for them.
Yeah.
So instead of opening in debt, they'll be just making a profit. which is a really cool idea.
But it also comes with a megaton of risks, too.
Oh, yeah.
Especially considering that first season in particular, you've pre-sold a lot of tickets.
You have. To the supporters.
Yeah. And you've sold it, I'm assuming, at a lower price, and you're going to charge the public at large.
Yeah.
Because if the buy-in for a free ticket in the haunt during season...
Right.
is the same as just walking into the front door and buying a ticket.
Yeah.
Then that's a ripoff to take the risk and pre-buy the tickets.
Right. Well, and see what I would bundle it. I would do a discounted or free entrance for certain levels of support.
Yes.
And then higher levels of support, they could get like a free gift bag that would have a t-shirt and a unique gift that the crew makes, because we've heard about a couple of haunts that make those that are based on the theme. Something that they could take with them. And then for everybody else who did not support the idea of the build but still show up later, then charge them more than any of the buy-ins. So...
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely promise in this model, because that is one of the things that's difficult about the haunted attraction entry. And like every time we go to HauntCon or any kind of convention, one of the things that always comes up is, where do you find funding for your haunt?
Right.
And that is really tough too. In fact, we asked Dwayne at 13th Gate about this.
We did.
And his response was basically, well, I'm damn glad I did it all those years ago.
Right.
Because I don't think I could do it now.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally does not think he could finance his haunt the way he did when he first started today.
Right.
Because basically what he did is he went to a bank.
Yeah.
And got a loan.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what banks are supposed to do. But, yeah, with haunted attractions, because there is such a heavy investment up front, you've got to lease property, you've got to build all this stuff, you've got to buy, probably going to have a high labor cost.
Right.
Unless you've got a giant volunteer army.
Yeah.
There is so much upfront expense.
There is.
That it's very, very difficult, and it's high risk, because a lot of haunts, start out with the best of intentions, but never actually open their doors.
Right.
I mean, we had a haunt here in town that best of intentions tried their damnedest. They opened for exactly 4 nighs.
Yeah.
And it was terrible, because you could tell they could not complete the build. They either ran out of money, they ran out of time, they ran out of something.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they couldn't complete it or if that was the completed product and it was just that.
I'm going to pray to whatever gods might be convenient for this.
Yeah.
That was not the intended product. And I don't think it was, because some of the rooms were really well done.
Right.
You could see the places where they had put in the time, effort, and money.
Yeah.
It was the stretches in between with 80,000 miles of black wall maze and
right.
light leaks everywhere. My God.
Yeah.
It looked like amateur hour, and I'm a guy that runs a home haunt, calling it that.
Right.
A lot of haunts never really make it even that far.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a risky venture. And that's one of the things about crowdfunding, is that it spreads that risk around. Mm-hmm. It's not one bank having to take the giant leap. It's thousands and thousands of people taking tiny leaps. But that does make you beholden to your fans. And that's one of the things I've heard about from musicians who have done crowdfunding projects for albums, is that whenever they go and they release it, the fans feel ownership of that
right,
because they contributed to it, because they invested in it before it was released.
Oh yeah,
and they feel ownership, and they take ownership of it. And if they don't like the outcome, it is far, far worse than if they just put an album out that wasn't, the perfect album.
Yeah, it is. But at the same time, if it's successful, then you've got really loyal fans who will help you promote and build it.
Yeah, I mean, I participated, and this should shock absolutely no one, in the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Kickstarter to bring that back. Because you're goddamn right I did.
Yes. Well, and you've supported bands, too.
Yes, I have.
Through to get their
Yeah,
music
Local
out,
H
so.
did them a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think they did one album that way.
Yeah.
Supported that. General Bastard.
Yes.
Supported his music. Always will. So yeah, but it is a very different relationship between fan and musician. It's something we're going to talk about, I'm sure, in a full episode later. Maybe we should just bring in someone that's an expert on crowdfunding and talk about crowdfunding and haunts.
Right.
Maybe get someone outside the industry to talk a little bit more about crowdfunding.
Okay.
But, so yeah, it does change the dynamic. It does increase the risk. And while it is a great opportunity, it does come with dangers that we cannot sell short.
Right.
Make sense?
That does.
Well, I think we're about out of time. We just crossed the 50-minute threshold according to our microphones.
Yeah. And we, we're the only ones talking for the entire hour.
I know. I'm tired now. I need a nap now.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. We're not used to doing this anymore.
Yeah.
But yes, it's good to be back. And we are recording. Next episode will be a regular episode.
Right.
We don't know the topic yet, so don't even ask.
Yeah.
But then we got more interviews coming.
Well, we've got at least one.
I think we have at least a couple. But yes, we got more interviews coming. Stay tuned. Definitely, if you have not done so, go to hauntweekly.com. Check us out there. You can subscribe to the podcast there. Where all finer podcasts are distributed. They let us in. I don't know why.
Yes.
Find us on Twitter at Haunt Weekly. Find us on Facebook at Haunt Weekly. Let us know. Give us subscribes. Give us likes. Thumbs up. Tweets. Other good stuff. Whatever's appropriate for the medium. Do it, and we will be ever, ever so appreciative.
Yes.
But on that note, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. This was episode 76, doing the news once again. As usual, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this has been Haunt Weekly. We'll see you guys next time.
Yay, we have more likes than on Garbage Horror now.
That's a very low bar. Might not want to celebrate that too hard.